It's safe to say that 2024 was an absolute massive year for Ripple and even XRP. I mean, XRP, we saw it go from, sub 50 cents to over $3 plus. And it's crazy because this is just the beginning of the much larger move in the market. But also, if we think about what's going to be happening over the course of the next couple of years, I mean, we are going to see this entire space ignite in such a big way, to the point where a lot of people are just going to completely miss it because they don't realize what's actually going on. But with that being said, I have a lot to address in this video regarding Ripple, regarding XRP, and regarding what's going on behind the scenes. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. Let's actually talk about this post here from Casey Craddock from Ripple. And we have 2024 was a milestone year for Ripple. We acquired standard custody, launched our stablecoin RLUSD, and showcased crypto's capabilities with numerous global financial institutions. Next year, we'll see the digital asset industry advance even more. Here's how. Institutional adoption. 2024 was the year of bold moves in crypto by major institutions like BlackRock and Societe Generale Forge. In 2025, those still on the sidelines must go beyond pilots. That means that all of these institutions, all of these big players that are on the sidelines, still waiting, still piloting, still, trialing things, they must get things in check and start making big moves. Collaboration with experts will be key to scaling tokenization and developing use cases that last. Digital asset custody. Digital asset custody is becoming a must-have for competitive banks, unlocking innovation in trading and tokenized assets. Early movers investing in partnerships and specialized expertise will gain market share and trust in this rapidly maturing space. Now, the fourth one didn't really add up into this thread, so I actually had to go over to her X account to really look at this, but we have regulatory speed is of the essence. If the UK is to be a global digital assets leader, firms need confidence to lean in. To unlock blockchain as an engine for growth, the government must establish a crypto asset and stablecoin regulatory regime as quickly as possible in 2025. Now, mind you, this is the managing director of Ripple telling you these things. 2025 is looking like it's going to be one of the biggest years for crypto yet. You must pay attention to what's going on here. Even if we go over here, right? Brad Garlinghouse told you that in the last 6 weeks since the election, they signed more US deals than in the previous 6 months. And Ripple is on a massive hiring spree. But he also said that with the new, administration, with the Trump administration, with Scott Bessent, David Sachs, Paul Atkins, we are going to see a significant effect happen in this market. $5 to $7 trillion for the global crypto market cap is what Brad Garlinghouse did. He predicted that. He said that it was going to happen by the end of 2024. It doesn't really matter in terms of timeframes, right? It just matters that we get there. In my opinion, we are on a path to that. But I want you guys to realize that that's just for this cycle. Crypto is headed to $10+ trillion. It's very clear. We're going to be tokenizing hundreds of trillions. I just want to put this into perspective real quick. There is quadrillions of dollars out there that will be touched by crypto in terms of, bringing it on chain. But then you have all these markets within that, lending and borrowing against it. You have, DeFi opportunities. I mean, everything of value is going to be touched by this technology. Then you have payments, retail, banks, businesses. I mean, this space is... It's endless in terms of the possibilities, the opportunities, and the upside potential. This space is going to get crazy over the next couple weeks and months, but the next couple years, I'm telling you, it's building a bridge to everything in the world. But also over here, we have, according to the British Blockchain Association, there are only 14 countries in the world now with a national blockchain roadmap. When we think about what's about to happen in 2025, the US is going to accelerate the push on crypto regulatory discussions and moves. You got to remember that every nation out there wants to be a crypto hub. They want to be a leader around this technology, but they're all in a race. Right now, the EU is winning with Mika, but I do think that every nation, including, of course, the US, is going to fall in line with this, and they have to. They have to be very fast with this as well. So we are about to see rapid changes around the world. But on top of this, right, Ripple continues to expand rapidly, and they continue to take over. Big shout out to Bank XRP for this. We have Ripple takes over Washington, D.C. with all of these ad placements and spots, right? Like, these are just the spotlights around, Washington. We know that in the UK, Ripple has also been, promoting these ads. That goes all the way back to like 2022. I mean, Ripple's name is starting to grow substantially. I mean, even right now, the actual Ripple account on X has over 2.9 million followers. Ripple is becoming a huge name in the financial space. And this is through a lot of, listen, they've gone through hell with the SEC. Over $150 million spent. I mean, Ripple is going to be a major name in the coming years. This is the future Amazon of crypto, essentially. But also, talking about that, we have over here some big moves being made around, tokenization and Japan. So I want to address how, Ripple is becoming a growing name globally. Japan is a huge market for Ripple. We know that they are focused on a lot of tokenization efforts there. But this was a big one. This actually happened back in April of 2024. And I just want to align this with what I'm trying to, tell you about how big Ripple's name is globally. We have here that we're excited to announce a partnership between Ripple and Hashkey Group and SBI Group, ushering in XRP ledger-powered solutions starting with supply chain finance to Japan's enterprise landscape. Now, this was one of many announcements that we actually saw back in 2024, because quickly after that, in June, we saw we're proud to launch the XRP Ledger Japan and Korea Fund to boost innovation and utility on the XRP Ledger in APAC. Now, by the way, this was over 1 billion XRP that got added into this. But also, let's look at this, because in a court filing, okay, we have this information from this court file. And here we have SBI Ripple Asia CEO publicly stated that the CEO of Japanese financial giant SBI Holdings is, and this is the quote, XRP's biggest fan and wants the next World's Fair in Japan to only accept XRP as a currency payment. SBI announced it plans to test XRP in the 6.6 trillion foreign exchange market. The total FX market worldwide is between 1 to 7 quadrillion. SBI also rolled out a Bitcoin lending service and announced plans to add support for Ethereum and XRP. Mind you, also remember that the FX market, Ripple has 90% share of. They tapped into 90% of that market. They have coverage of 90% of the FX market. Talk about a global leader in finance. The FX market is one of the largest markets out there. Also, Ripple Labs connects the Western Hemisphere with XRP, while SBI Ripple Asia takes care of the East and expands XRP remittances services to bank accounts, e.g. in the Philippines, Vietnam, and Indonesia as new corridors since September of 2023. Once global regulations are in place, RippleNet will span the whole globe. Big shout out to XRP drops for this. But yeah, like when we think about how big Ripple has become, guys, they're a global name. Also over here, Ripple could become the bank of banks with a neutral bridge asset XRP escrow that ranks among the top 15 largest banks in the world by market capitalization. See the arguments supporting this thesis that Ripple Payments, Ripple Custody could become the bank of banks. Now, yeah, with the overall market cap right now of XRP, this changes drastically. I mean, I think that it would actually push XRP into like the top 10 of this list. But we have Ripple wants to be the bank of banks. In a new strategic move, Ripple, the company behind the popular cryptocurrency XRP, has announced the launch of a series of custody services designed especially for financial institutions. These new services will allow banks and fintech companies to securely store their customers' digital assets. Arguments supporting Ripple as the bank of banks. Number one, interbank communication network. It provides a platform that connects banks similar to SWIFT, but faster, cheaper, and more efficient. They could act as a central intermediary without holding capital like traditional banks. Then XRP is a bridge currency. XRP serves as a liquidity solution, enabling real-time currency exchange without the need for Nostro-Vostro accounts. This reduces reliance on traditional banking networks. Then technology, not institutions. Ripple doesn't operate as a bank in the conventional sense, but offers the infrastructure, blockchain, and DLT that allows banks to interact efficiently. Then you have partnerships with banks. I mean, Ripple has they collaborate with hundreds of banks out there already, some of the biggest ones already, which is huge. This positions itself as a key player in interbank communication. Then vision of global infrastructure. Ripple aims to modernize the global financial system by creating interoperability and eliminating friction in cross-border payments, a role comparable to a bank of banks. And yeah, listen, as we really look at how big Ripple is becoming, it does make sense for them to be in that category of, potentially becoming a bank or a bank of banks. I mean, everything that they're offering, that all-in-one umbrella, it feels like they will become the bank of banks. I mean, they offer custody services, payment services, digital asset services. I mean, almost anything that you could think about when it comes to, financial services or even, services regarding blockchain, Ripple has all of it. Liquidity services. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy when you think about it, but it all makes sense. And again, this didn't happen overnight. Ripple's been, a conversational piece since going all the way back to 2006. XRP launches in 2012. David Schwartz had the patent for DLT back in the 80s. I mean, all of this, it's been planned for a very long time, in my opinion. But it seems as though Ripple is becoming a global household name. They're taking over in a major way. They have access to massive amounts of these markets. I mean, 90% of the FX market, that's huge in terms of coverage. Then you look at the hundreds of banks that they're partnered with. Ripple is a absolute monster of a name in finance. That's why I wanted to bring up the fact that they have 2.9 followers, but we're just waiting on the US market to catch up because I do think that we are about to see Ripple take over in the US in a large way, especially in terms of a lot of those deals. We don't know what those deals entail. NDAs are in place because, again, Brad is saying that they signed more US deals in the last 6 weeks of 2024 than in the previous 6 months. Again, we're going back to the statement because where are these deals? These are under NDA 100% because we haven't heard anything about these. We don't know about these deals. So if we're thinking about this, it looks like Ripple is about to take over in a large way in 2025, even bigger than any other year prior. And this should get everyone very excited about what's about to happen. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.